68 chapter breakdown sheet before I even start. So when I get ready to write that book's written, and I'm done. And that's where the creativity, you can't lock yourself into a box. So I don't use those to write. I will sit down in a author's chair, I will read it for about 15 minutes before I write the chapter, and then I set it down, I walk to the other side of my office where my computer is, and I write. And things happen. I mean, weird things happen. But for me, spending that time creating the base and the foundation for my story before I start writing, when I get hit with that left turn, that weird Tom Bombadil comes into play, I can incorporate him into my story really good. I mean, and I don't talk about my writing a lot. I've been to a lot of conferences where writers up on stage and they just tell you all about their awesomeness. And I try not to. That's why I use Star Wars. But just to touch on that, there's a scene, in the book. It was one of the main fighter dudes, and he's outside this Grand Council, and I already knew the whole scene. He was going to wait in the waiting room, he was going to go in, he's going to talk to the Grand Council, and he's going to get his orders, and he's going to go off and do his thing. And so I'm writing it, and he's sitting there, and then all of a sudden he hears somebody called out his name. An old man said, Titus Rivian. And I'm like, really? Wow, I didn't know anybody was here who knew him. And he turns around, and he's like, Sierra License, it's so good to see you. I was going to come see you after my meeting. And I'm like, no, you weren't. I didn't even know who this Sierra License is. But now Sierra License is he's in at least 4 of these 6 novels. So you can't lose the creativity. After you do all this planning, you still have to be creative with it. But for me, by building the base, that gives me that ability to then open up my creativity and then be as chaotic as I want to be, because I have 68 pages that tell me exactly where the story's going. And I've already thought about it for 2 months, and I already know exactly what I'm going to do. So when Sierra License walks in the building, it's not that big of a deal to, maybe after I write the chapter, I figure out who he is, and I do a background story on him, and I actually discover who this man is that's now walked into my life. And how he fits into the story. And obviously, maybe on a subconscious level, I was missing something, because he's a tertiary character, so he's not a major character, but he's definitely needed. I needed him to carry the plot through. So I don't lock myself into a box, even though I build a pretty finite box before I sit down to write. But then I just let the creativity flow.